What's going on? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? Today, we're going to talk about sales and cup sizes. Now, typically, we don't sell cups. Everybody's been asking, what do you sell your cups for? How much do you sell your cups for? Typically, we do not sell cups. We sell scoops. And the reason for that, because everything's accounted for. When you're selling cup size, you can't really calculate everything, especially when it comes to the bucket. Now the bucket, we all probably use about a 2.5 gallon bucket. They do have 3 gallon buckets, 5 gallon buckets, but we typically stay with the 2.5 gallon buckets. Why? That's just what we're accustomed to. So that's pretty much how our mentor used it, how we grew up on. So it just traditionally just kept going. Now we have dialed it down to exactly, it depends on what flavor you're using because some flavors are softer than others. So you might get more, you might get a little less. But every 2.5 gallon bucket, you're going to get anywhere from 100 scoops to about 130 scoops. Now with natural water ice, you typically get about the same pretty much every time because it's pretty much the same ingredients. Artificial flavor kind of differs because of the texture, but I believe every one that I've had, the texture is pretty much all the same. So you're probably going to get around the same, and that's probably going to be about 110 between 120, depending on how you're scooping. If your scoops are thicker, if you're using a smaller scoop. But we try to have that price point anywhere from $2.50 to $3. Now, that also depends on your area as well. Of course, if you're probably in California, it's probably going to be somewhere around the $3 or more just because everything's so much higher over there. Now, typically, I know in Philadelphia, this nowhere near that, like nowhere near. So we're looking at more at $1.50 to like 175 a scoop just because it's everywhere. You can find it everywhere. So if you're in the Philadelphia, Jersey area, typically you might be looking around at $2 a scoop. But if you're out of that area and if you're out of the country, definitely $2.50 to $3 a scoop. And again, we're talking anywhere from 110 scoops. Well, just say 100 scoops to 130 scoops, depending on your texture and your flavor. That's going to range anywhere from about $275, 250, 275 to about $330 per bucket. So that's a great flip. Because if you're making a bucket, ingredients wise, depending on where you're at, working with me, you'll probably be anywhere around $20. Normally my students have been somewhere around $20. Wholesaling it, you're looking anywhere from $38 to $50. And that's pretty much artificial flavor. I don't think nobody wholesales natural. The only people that I really know that do natural, that actually have done it, is me, Happy Ice. With the texture and the flavor, it's just pretty much us two. I don't know. We're pretty much from the same area. We're both from Southwest Philadelphia. So, and we learned from the same mentor, but we definitely put our twist on the things. And I've noticed when he makes certain things, he makes it just like me, even though he doesn't say. I look at it and know what I use and what I do. So it's typically pretty much the same thing. So if you're making it, it's definitely if you're making the flavors, it's definitely sky's the limit because you could mix and match, do what you want to do, mix the flavors together, make your own ingredients. It's very good. I would definitely recommend it. So some people, I got 4 different options for you just in case. I will be doing a video about catering as well. After this, I'll kind of explain the numbers before and show you a video as well. So this right here is a 7-ounce cup. Okay. I put 3 scoops in this 7-ounce cup. The 2 scoop size that we use is a 1.5 and a 2-ounce scooper. Now with this, to get all the way to the bottom, if I use my 2-ounce scooper, I'm normally not going to get that scoop to the bottom. So what I do is I use my 1.5 and make my first one at the bottom. Okay, so I don't want to leave any gaps. My next 2 scoops are with my 2-ounce scooper. So it'll be sitting up like this. Okay, I sell this for $7. So it's $2.50 a scoop, but honestly, that bottom one is $2 because it's a 1.5 scooper. So I'm not losing 50 cents. It's just because that one's smaller. So 3 scoops, $2.50, $2.50, $5, $2, that's $7. Okay. This is my 10 ounce. Hold on. So you can have a 7 ounce. Okay. You can also have, if you're doing pre-scooped, with lids on it, don't use dome lids because dome lids normally top, especially if you have them in coolers with ice. Try to use flat tops, and that will be anywhere from about 5 to 6, and it would sit like this. That would be about 2 scoops. So you would sell them probably for about $4. Okay, just because if you're putting lids on them with pre-cupped, it's not going to be sitting up. So it's kind of getting a little less, honestly. So I would do $2 a scoop. So a 5 ounce will probably get you, 5 or 6 ounce will probably get you about $4. And I'll explain that because that's what I use for my catering and prepackaged. So this right here is a 10 ounce. This is 4 scoops. 4 scoops of 2 ounce, of a 2 ounce scooper. This is $10 for me because I do $2.50 a scoop. Okay? All 2 ounces go in here. And this, like I said, this is 10. So you could go anywhere from about a 9 to a 12 ounce, but a 12 ounce to me is a little big. So I would say a 9 or a 10 ounce would be good for this. Okay. This right here is my 16 ounce. Okay. This one is 6 scoops. 6 or 7? 6, 4. This one's 6 scoops. And this one I sell for $15. All 2 ounce. And for me, I live in a tourist area. So my 2 biggest cups, since I deal with a lot of tourism, I put the logos on just because even though it's not really a souvenir cup because it's just kind of like a throwaway, but some people might keep it and some people feel as though, just having the Dominican Republic and having the logo on it is, like a souvenir type thing. People, tourists love souvenirs. So that's kind of like a gimmick for me because my 2 biggest cups, I put that on. As you can see, my 2 smallest ones. My 2 smallest ones don't. So doing that, maybe have, just catching their eye, be like, yeah, I want the one with the logo on it, Don't even care what the price is. So sometimes you got to do that. And this is my 32 ounce. My 32 ounce has 9 scoops, and this is $20. I give a little bit off for this. All right. So that's pretty much how you sell. And I think just in case I missed it, because I think I got off topic. So if you're making your buckets from natural, it's going to cost you anywhere from $20, around $20. If you're making it with artificial flavoring, it's going to cost you anywhere from about $20 to $30, depending on what flavor you have. And I'm just saying that because of the mix is some higher, such as passion fruit. Passion fruit is more than maybe like a cherry. I think it's like almost $30 a gallon, and I think they only come in 4. So that's $120. So that's 30. So it will be 50. So it'll probably be about 50 because depending on your batch, it will probably be like 15 plus sugar and water and things like that. So that would definitely be your breakdown on that. And if you wholesale, it will be anywhere from about $38 to $50 for a bucket. And your price point is still around the same thing because you're buying 2.5 gallon buckets. So your price point is still going to be around $250, $275, $100, and then about $330 max, around $330 max, $330 max for your profit. Now, when you're doing pre-packaging and wholesale, no, pre-packaging. I'm sorry, not wholesale. I'm going too far. I apologize. We're doing pre-packaging for events, catering. You're probably going to use anywhere from 5 ounce to 6 ounce cups with the lids. You'll probably get 2 scoops in those. Anywhere from 1 to 500, you should look at about $2 per scoop. So we're going to sell probably about a 5 or 6 ounce cup for $4. So anywhere from 1 to 500, that's how you package. Like if you're getting 250 each cup, you should be doing $4 a cup. If you want to go a little bit lower, just to get people reeled in and say this is, I just want to do this one time. I'm gonna do 375, 350, whatever. I'm doing this one time just to let you know the price is normally this, but I'm doing this one time just to show my loyalty towards you and my appreciation for for your cooperation and for us, doing this event. So you also could do it that way. That could also build a trust. Um, so that would be $4 a cup, up to 500 cups. Anything over 400, I would knock off 50 cents. So each cup, so 500 plus cups, would be about $3.50 a cup. Again, it will be anywhere from about a 5 to 6 ounce cups with not dome lids with flat tops. And I'll show you a video exactly. I did a give back event that I did, so you'll see that. If you guys have any questions about cup sizes or anything else, I think I pretty much covered all that. Scoops, I think I covered that as well. But just have it for question, hold it for Q&A, and we'll definitely discuss it. I hope this helped you guys out, and let's get to scooping. These right here are 4 ounce cups that I'm using with flat tops. I'm using this for a party. I think I made about 70 or 80 cups. And this is how we determine how many cups are in a bucket. Okay. Also, please pay attention to see how I'm scooping. I'm not digging because that I will be wasting a product. Don't want to waste product. I'm also going around my sides. 1 scoop. So this will be for just 1 scoop. Then they'll normally be like $2 a cup. If you had 2 scoops, it'll be $4. So I do 1 big scoop of a 2 ounce scooper. And I scooped these. I think it was a couple. I was supposed to scoop them the night before, but I ended up scooping them a couple hours before because I had to do something the night before. But I put them back in my freezer until I was ready to leave to put them in my cooler for transportation. See how I'm going around the edges? I'm making everything even. And this is how you would do a catering event or events or anything you would do pre-scooped.